What's up, y'all? We're going to be covering the GOAT, Hariyama. Fuck Machamp, Hariyama gang. Hariyama's the best. I'm kidding, obviously. The champ is absolutely amazing. So something that I had to take account of in this hack is to ensure that there isn't overlap between Pokemon that have identical typings. And that was an issue predominantly with normal flying, bug flying, pure fighting, and pure normal. Especially pure normal was a hassle to plan out. But I did a good job overall. I'm pretty satisfied. And Hariyama is no exception. So Hariyama is 5 points stronger than even with Machamp. However, Machamp has boosting abilities. He has No Guard and Defiant. I believe Defiant is the other ability. It's been a while. Pretty sure it's Defiant. Yeah, Defiant. Okay, those are really good boosting abilities. And he has 70 base speed. But Hariyama is significantly bulkier and 5 points higher attack. Reason being, number one, it lost Guts for reasons that you can find out on the ability sheet below. You can also see all of these changes to the moves and abilities for yourself in the description down below. And you can also check out all the other Pokemon changes in the description down below. I would definitely recommend checking it out in the Google Sheets because basically everything is changed in some regard, and I would really recommend, like, all the moves especially are buffed or changed. So, and there's like 130 new ones. So I would definitely recommend checking out the move sheet because a lot of people might not realize like how different all the moves are. Excuse me while I just fix this formatting real quick. Ugh, it's bothering me. Okay, there we go. It's better. So here it is. Yeah, I have a little section explaining why I removed Guts and all those abilities from player use, but I'm sure you guys can figure out why. Regardless, you know, to make up for that, it gained two incredible. It still has Thick Stat, which is a great ability, and it gained an amazing ability in Brazilian. And of course, it has incredibly altered stats to the point where, yeah, I had to min-max a bit, but honestly, Hariyama fucking deserves it. Look at this fucking guy. What a cool pure fighting type. Most of the pure fighting types are kind of mid in my opinion, like design-wise, but Hariyama's pretty dope, man. I don't know. He's a cool sumo wrestler guy. I like him, and if you read the dex entries, it talks about how he's just his body may appear fat, but he's actually a hunk of solid muscle, and his body is hard as rock. Hence why I gave him 108 base defense. And he still has a great 122 base HP. Yes, it's not as high as it used to be, but better than having 60 base defenses, that's for sure. 80 base SPDF is also incredible. With, you know, with the stat spread. Simple Assault Vest Drain Punch will like never fucking die, and you can just run that and tank everything. Yeah, he's slow as balls, but why does that doesn't matter. Like he's tanky as hell. That's a thing that I'm actually gonna rant about later in the video probably. I'm gonna rant about how some people instantly gravitate towards Trick Room when they see a slow Pokemon instead of just letting the Pokemon be slow, because especially in game, like, being slow and bulky is good. Like, that's a good trait, especially when you have access to Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, Sucker Punch, and First Impression, all of which are incredible priority moves. You could literally run 4 priority moves, and those are all great. All right, I have a 155 base attack. All right, Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, First Impression, Sucker Punch, and you might be worried like, oh my god, 155 base attack, that's overpowered as fuck. In this ROM hack, that's not that crazy at all. Stat-wise, it's a high stat, don't get me wrong, but that fits given Hariyama's design. I mean, look at this motherfucker, and if you read the dex entries, he stomps on the ground to build power. He can send a 10-ton truck flying with a straight arm punch. This motherfucker is 7.5 foot tall, and he's pretty fat and like wide, so he's 7.5 feet tall. So imagine how wide this guy is. Like, he's a giant Pokemon. He's much bigger than a Machamp, I believe. Pretty sure he's like a foot taller than Machamp. Oh, he's 2 feet taller than Machamp, dude. He dwarfs Machamp. He is huge. Hariyama is massive, okay? Put some respect on Hariyama's name. I really like the changes to Hariyama, if you can't tell from how enthusiastic I sound. It's not even one of my favorite bonds. I just really like the changes here. I think they're very fitting. If you read these dex entries, you can read just how absolutely he has the power to stop a train with a slap, and he compares their freakish strength, and he's known for fantastic strength and all this stuff. So you guys get the idea, okay? Hariyama should be a very powerful Pokemon, and without any boosting abilities, he needs a good base attack stat, because there's other Pokemon that have 120 base attack that are much stronger than Hariyama purely because of their abilities. There's Pokemon with 100 base attack that are stronger than Hariyama because of their abilities and their move pool. Hariyama 155 base attack is nothing crazy. I can scroll up and literally Exploud 141 base special attack, it's still stronger. 120 base attack, it's still stronger if it was a special attack stat. One point is like 20% boost off of even 121 base attack would be stronger than 155 base attack because of the way math works in Pokemon. Base stats are important, but abilities and boosting abilities especially are much more important when it comes to damage output. However, Hariyama has 2 great defensive abilities. So in this ROM hack, you do have access to infinite usability capsules from the very beginning of the hack. So what you should be doing is swapping between Resilient and Thick Fat. And for those of you who are itching to know what this does, I think these are technically the first Pokemon that have it so far. Plenty more Pokemon will be getting access to it. Don't worry. It's just these happen to be the first, coincidentally. But this ability is essentially just a clone of Solid Rock and Filter, okay? The difference is that this one can't be bypassed by Mold Breaker. So Mold Breaker bypasses Solid Rock and Filter, but it doesn't bypass Resilient. So Hariyama has 3 weaknesses: Fairy, Flying, and Psychic. All right. With Resilient, he only takes 1.5 times damage from those, not 2 times. All right, that's incredible. That's really great. I'm pretty sure that's how that math works, right? Let's go to like, fucking what's a Solid Rock mon or a Filter mon? Fucking Aggron. Sure, just the first one to keep in mind. Yeah, okay, so it goes to 1.5. I was right. Okay, so 1.5, super effective. So he only has 3 1.5 weaknesses, and then he has, without Thick Fat, he only has 2 resistances, because Fighting no longer resists Bug in this hack, so he is only resistant to Rock and Dark, so he has 2 resists and 3 half weaknesses, which is very good. And then, in other situations, you'll be running Thick Fat, and that gives him 4 resistances. He goes from 2 to 4 resistances. He resists fire and ice. And the beautiful part of that is you can actually just switch between those abilities depending on the situation. So some situations you'll be needing Thick Fat, other situations you'll be needing Resilient. It's really that simple. Weakness Policy Resilient is incredible. Weakness Policy Resilient plus Priority or Drain Punch. You know, Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, First Impression. All those moves are great with Weakness Policy and Resilient. Really, it's awesome. What an absolute tank of a mon. It's nothing crazy. There's way bulkier mons in this hack, and there's way stronger mons in this hack, but he's still a very solid mon. Very, very, more than solid. He's great, but, you know, nothing overpowered whatsoever. It's pretty par for the course in this hack. That doesn't make him any less exceptional, though. He's awesome. I love Hariyama now. I mean, I always liked him, but, like, he was a cool mon, but I don't know. It always felt kind of underpowered to me. And, yeah, yes, he did lose Guts, but I would take this any day over Guts in game. Of course, in competitive, yeah, Guts is really good, but in competitive, he would probably keep Guts. Honestly, like, because those in competitive, it's balanced. It's broken in game. All right, it's broken in game because you can go into the fight with the burn and then have a choice band double item or whatever, something ridiculous, or, you know, lefties, and then you have essentially free attack with lefties, that kind of thing. Not that that's a big deal, anyways. Honestly, the chip from burn is not a big deal at all, but you get the idea. Yeah, Drain Punch, Assault Vest is an incredible set. He has tons of great utility as well. He has access to reliable healing. Timeout is Fighting type recover, so a lot of Fighting types get access to this move. And it's also a post-game tutor move technically for a couple other mons, but mostly it's a level up move. The reason it's a post-game tutor move is because it came from Heal Bell. So yeah, it rings a little bell and they heal, which is kind of funny. Z Detect will also heal them to full HP, which is situationally actually much better than Timeout because you heal fully, first of all. Second of all, you protect yourself. Speaking of protecting yourself, at level 51, you actually get access to Z Mat Block, which is a really cool move that I'm making exclusive to Hariyama and Throw and maybe a few more. But for now, it's just Hariyama and Throw because they're Judo / Sumo Wrestler Pokemon, and so it fits very well. And what Mat Block does now is the Z effect will give you +1 to all your stats. So essentially, you get a free, as long as you're using it on the first turn you're in battle, you get a free attack, defense, and special defense boost. Obviously, speed and special attack don't matter in this case, but because he has 30 in both, because I min-maxed the fuck out of him because he's the GOAT, and because I had to keep him at about 25 base stat total just for, like, consistency reasons. Not that there aren't 2-stage mons with 550 and even 575 base stat total in this hack, but Hariyama just didn't fit to be one in my opinion. I could have technically done it, but I could have made him like 430 and 435 and 535 and given him 40 speed. Honestly, I might actually do that literally right now. I could honestly do that literally right now, yeah. He also 35, why not? I'll make him 535. There's other 535 mons, so let's do that and then change that around. That's not that much better of a speed tier, but it's slightly better. And not that it matters. Again, the thing is, it doesn't matter that you're slow. You're extremely tanky and you have 4 priority moves, you know? Even with just Mach Punch, you'd be fine. But, you know, he has Bullet Punch for fairies, Sucker Punch for ghosts. It's excellent, dude. That's all you ever. And then First Impression for psychics and shit. Like, it's also Sucker Punch for psychics, but yeah, First Impression stronger than Sucker Punch by 15 points. So, and it crits, so it bypasses Intimidate and stuff. So that's a great move via TM. Let me just put that in the. Hold on. Hariyama 40. Here we go. And we'll just put that at the speed tier guide. But yeah, Z Mat Block is great is the point. So you can essentially send him in. There's a lot of trainer fights where you honestly might be able to just click Z Mat Block turn 1, get that free guaranteed +1 defense, +1 for death, and +1. Oh, I didn't get meditate either. Yeah, sometimes I forget stuff, man. Hold on. There's so many things I have to remember. I think of the meditate. Meditate is essentially bulk up, but it gives special defense instead of physical defense, so that's pretty cool. Can I put? It's a good option, especially with his lower special defense set. Can I? What am I doing? 40. There we go. And let's move them up here. There's only 2 of these now. It's a little bit better. I mean, now you add Speed, Blissey, and Wob, and Rhyperior, and Night Cargo and shit, I guess, and all those other monsters. It's not that much better, but you know, you don't get any speed boosting moves anyways. It's just for flavor reasons, I guess. Blizzy is punching the air right now. He's like, no, they outspeed me now. Now you get heavy slammed and fucking die. Anyways, I love this. I love this game. Yeah, just Unga, man. I don't know what to tell you. He's a great mon. He's nothing crazy. He's not that strong. No boosting ability, so 155 attack isn't as insane as you might think. It's still great. Don't get me wrong. I have to be careful because I don't want to undersell mons, but I also don't want to oversell them. So let me also. There was one more thing. Oh yeah, meditate. That can go at 48. It's a little bit late, but it's fine. It is a little bit better than bulk up, so not better, but it's situationally cooler than bulk up because it patches up your special defense. Not that it's bad. 122 HP, 80 special defense. I talk way too fast sometimes. 80 special defense is very good. So yeah, I love this change. Hold on, I'm just excited to get to more Pokemon. Hellen's gonna be there's so many cool fucking Pokemon in Hellen that are like so garbage, and I'm really excited to buff them, honestly. But yeah, again, make sure you check out the description down below for all these changes for yourself. But yeah, Drain Punch is great. Also, he's great for utility. Again, I covered the healing moves. He also has Parting Shot, Bulk Up, obviously, SD, which is good for like Mach Punch, Bullet Punch shit. Circle Throw is great because you're super tanky, and Circle Throw is now 90 base power and can't miss, which is good for hustle Pokemon, but that's incredible for hustle Pokemon, but that doesn't matter here. But it's a good move nonetheless, good for phasing. Whirlwind is priority, but it only has 1 PP, so that's a great like phasing move to force the opponent out if they're boosting up or something, or you just need a better matchup. Wide Guard is situationally pretty good. You can PP stall stuff like Earthquake and Rock Slide and a couple other spread moves, and the Z effect gives you +2 defense, so it's pretty okay. It's just there for flavor. Rock Smash is great. It's 85 base power, -1 defense. There's a lot of other moves that do that same effect. All these TMs are great. He has, you know, Elemental Punch is 80 base power. Has Grass Knot for physical coverage, grass coverage now. Liquidation because he had the move Surf and Brine, so I figured why not give him Liquidation as like a homage to those moves. Homage as an homage to those moves, because I think it's kind of cute. Yeah, Zoom Out Block's great. Superpower is incredible. That gives you -2 attack and is 150 base power, like kind of like Draco Meteor, but for physical. There's a bunch of other moves that do that same effect, so check that out in the description down below as well. Yeah, Payback is essentially just a free 120 base power dark type move because you're pretty much always moving last anyways. Yeah, Drain Punch is a staple move for sure. I'm not always gonna be running it, but it's definitely a staple move. Priority is staple. You're gonna be running Mach Punch or First Impression or Sucker Punch a lot of the time, Bullet Punch, etc. Even stuff like Skirmish is great. It drops attacks. It's actually good for a Pokemon like this. Counter is good for like totems and other stuff. Heavy Slam is very powerful, good for fairies. Also Iron Head is there, and Gunshot and Poison Jab. Battle Cry is incredible. Battle Cry drops the opponent's offenses by 2. There's really not too much to talk about. It's just like the changes are very straightforward here. Logically, they make perfect sense. I don't think I need to explain that. There's a bunch of other great coverage moves I didn't even bother covering, but there's a bunch more. You can check out what those all do in the description below. Belly Drum is instant win in a lot of fights because he has Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, and Sucker Punch. So you click Belly Drum, you have enough bulk to get that off. You can click Z Belly Drum to bypass Taunt, so Taunt can't even stop you. And then you can just click Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, Sucker Punch, and that's like perfect coverage, honestly. Not actually, but... And obviously there's going to be Pokemon with sashes and other ways to, you know, stop your shit, you know, Psychic Surge, all this other stuff that can stop your priority moves or stop you from sweeping. But, you know, on paper, especially if you prepare, or if you ran like rocks, for example, that kind of thing that you can break the focus sash, now you can actually sweep. You know, you got to be smart about it. It's not as free as you might think, but it's still level 70 for a reason, okay? Some mons are better belly drummers than others, and Hariyama is one of the best ones for sure. Which is great, because he's literally a fucking sumo guy that smacks his fucking belly. I'm pretty sure this move was made for him, wasn't it? Wasn't it like signature to him in Gen 3? I'm actually curious. Pretty sure it was. Maybe a couple other months had it in Gen 3, but it was mostly Hariyama, wasn't it? Snorlax got it. No, it's a Gen 2 move, huh? Oh yeah, actually I knew that. I'm just stupid. Poliwrath and Snorlax got it then, and then Gen 3. They gave it to Linoon. Oh, so Linoon got it in Gen 3? I didn't even know that. I thought it was only in Later gens they got Belly Drum. That's pretty cool. And then Hariyama the goat got it as well. So only 4 months out of Gen 3. So Hariyama was one of those. So the goat. I love Hariyama. It's my favorite pure fighting type, honestly. Besides Primeape. Primeape's pretty fucking. I low-key like Hariyama more than Primeape now, but I love Primeape too. I love this. I love Sonic Pokemon. Primeape is a fucking monster though. Primeape is actually stronger than Hariyama because of hustle. So, and it's faster, but of course it's not nearly as bulky. And obviously it relies on hustle to be stronger. Even without hustle though, it's strong. I would do it one day. I'll probably eventually do a compare contrast series where once I'm done with all the Pokemon changes, I can compare and contrast all Pokemon of the same typing and just talk about how they don't outclass one another and all the thought I put into that, because that'll be really fun and interesting. I would totally do it one day. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Yeah, not too much to talk about, man. I don't know what else to say. It's just a good mon. Par for the course. Every mon in this hack is great. If you like this kind of change, check out the other changes because they'll definitely keep you satisfied. That's for sure. Every Pokemon is incredible in this hack, and they're all gonna be really fun to use and take advantage of in game, and do some hardcore Nuzlocke or just play for fun and have a fun time. It'll be challenging, but not like bullshit. This is unbeatable challenging. More just this is really hard, but I can figure something out because I have a bunch of things available to me. Regardless, I think I'm just gonna leave it off here. I don't want to let this video drag on too long because I've been doing that recently. I apologize for that. Yeah, as always, description has not only does it have the link to these changes, but it also has a link to my Discord server. You can feel free to join that. All I ask in return is that you do leave a like and comment on this video. That would be very helpful for the algorithm to give it a nice little boost and get my videos recommended to more people. So yeah, thank you so much. And I'll be back for more. Bye.